Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of our brand new series on this account. This is Market Watch episode 2. I'd like to thank you all for all the likes and comments on the first episode. I didn't expect it to go that well, but I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it, so I wanted to bring episode 2. We've had some very important game news, and that was actually relating to the max cash limit. So the max cash limit has changed, is now able to go up to 217 bill, but this has got some very, very big impacts. This means that the Grand Exchange now can handle any form of rare. It can basically anything you want to buy now can be done on a Grand Exchange. There's no need to use shards. There's no need to use trades on World 2. Anything you want to buy now can go through the Grand Exchange, which is good because it causes a lot of activity and change on the Grand Exchange on the homepage. And normally you'll only get one update a day. However, I won't be surprised for the time being while stuff is changing. You'll get a nice spike in the amount of changes which are being made throughout the day. So it's always worth checking in, always worth keeping an eye on. So we'll go through the price rises. I'll go through the valuable trades as well, just so we can see like what sorts of changing within the max cash world and go from there. So artisanal gears and wildcards, we spoke about these quite heavily last week. Obviously they are an item which is very limited with how they come in. They're both very useful and they both are fantastic in-game items, but they're very limited on how to come in through Treasure Hunter. So again, these will be rising for a while. As you can see, we've been looking for, I think it's for the last 7 days, and they're up best part of 47%, so they'll keep going on like that for a while. Pure Essence is still absolutely like flying up, and I think it will do for a little while. It might be due a little crash soon. We'll see further along, like into the next tab. Some things from the Necromancy hype are already starting to decline. I think because of the price of Pure Essence and the fact that no one actually minds it, it's just all from boss drops. There's still a little bit left in the tank with that price. I think 200 will be the mark where it gets tested, and we'll really get to see then at 200 if it's going to keep going or if it's going to fall down. Keys of the Crossing, someone, sorry I forgot your name as well, commented the last video. This could be down to the gloves, and the gloves which the Majesty drop is why the price is high. I mean, that combined with the Vital Sparks and the Kopeshes could be why it's so high, but 720k is a mad price for a Key of Crossing, considering how common they are in Slayer tasks. So if you are doing Slayer at the minute, any corrupted creatures or forms of like Akkers, make sure to be doing them because there's a lot of money there at the minute in the forms of keys. Reinforced Dragon Bones, these will keep going up for a while, I believe, just because no one kills Rune Dragons. If you do get a Rune Dragon task, definitely go in, like, give it a try. That's something for me to do this weekend. I'm just about 2/3 of the way done for the next Road to Necromancy video via Slayer. And I want to get some Rune Dragons in there as well, just to see how they perform. Extreme sets will be like dotted round, and the herb relating to extreme sets all the way through this, obviously because it's overloads. Overloads are going up because they're linked to necromancy, and that means that extremes, the potions related to extremes, they will be going up due to it. Lancerdimes are going up, and I'm not sure it's completely based off the price of the extremes or the overloads. The price for Lancerdime incense sticks is really high, and it's like really good profits. And there will be a video coming out about Lancerdime incense sticks very soon. I don't know why, but yeah, that's why they're high or going up as well. Wyvern Bones, Ogre Bones, Eric Bones, and the Hardened Dragon Bones are also going up, obviously due to Necromancy. If you're going to go kill these monsters, please make sure to check the bones before going, because some of them in a minute are starting to wobble under the price and start to go downwards. I did try Baby Dragon Bone just to test the margin, and it sold for 9k. So this in the GE is 5.6k, and then on the actual GE it's 9k. And this is why, even though this is a great tool, you always have to use it with a pinch of salt. This might not be catching up quick enough to what the item actually is in the GE, so that's why if it's possible, always test the margin if you can. Down a sub, again, linked to Necromancy, that'll be going up for a while until it hits its peak, and then it will go down. Again, because the hype was so real, and they hyped the skill up very, very well, and they explained it very well, and they released the items very well to like really blow up the hype. The skill's not coming for another month or two. If you really want to like attack Necromancy and release, you've got plenty of time now to stock up on your bones, stock up on like Camping Zami, and get your own items. Don't buy it for that price. It's just too, well, it is not expensive in the grand scheme of things. But you can go in AK Zami for a couple of hours and you'll probably get your own set and probably make a little bit of money along the way. The rollover walk, again, cosmetic, treasure hunter, it's out of game, it will go up in price. All these linked to forms of overloads or overload salves. Swiftness, cosmetic, treasure hunter thing, this will just keep up going up. Again, like treasure hunter stuff will just spike for whatever reason. It's very low volume because there's not many in there. And especially if it's something like people like, especially the overrides for abilities, they'll always like have a random jump because no items are sold for so much, so so many days, and they can just go up really quick. Searing Ashes, Lava Strike Worms will be a very good money making method. They're related to the aggression potions, and definitely something to go and have a look. I'm going to go and have a look at them very soon, see if they're like worthwhile or a decent slayer task. But they've always been high priced. They got to a point where the Searing Ashes were getting too low, and if it's profitable to make the actual potions, they will always like match up to demand to a point. The red dice for archaeology are always hit and miss. It depends what form and demand's there, but Cadian red is up to 9.6k. That might be something worth hunting if you're doing archaeology spots. Anti-fire, bracket 4, 16k, they're quite expensive-ish, but again, you're linking that to a Lantadine. And also the blue dragon scales, which is up there on the rise as well. Oak logs at 1.4k, the plank's very high, so that's just chasing that price. Mithril bars linked to necromancy. The unicorn horn dust was linked to the super antis, which are on the rise. Again, a very good money making method if you are looking to do herb lore. Sears ring back to 20 mil where it belongs. Dagonoth Kings, fantastic boss, makes a lot of money. If you're a mid level or if you're looking to do a pet log, definitely go and do the Dag Kings. You'll probably make more money at Dag Kings finishing the log than a lot of other bosses, so definitely jump on that. Greats being 8k is just plain disgusting. Appraisal Codex, this is linked to necromancy and prayers. That is going up for a while. That'll find its balancing point where people are willing to pay. It'll probably go back up to about 900, 950 mil, and then it'll peak on release because people realise that the prayers got a massive benefit. But it'll just be testing its price. Decorated mining urn at 10.5k is also disgusting. That is really high for an urn. Again, urns are always good profit. Do them on a portable crafter. You have a chance to make extra urns. You can save your clay as well. They're just horrible to craft because they're a two-step process. But if you're not bothered about XP, you're bothered about profit in return, fantastic way to make money. Dragonmatic from Big Game Hunter, something again, I want to do a video on that soon. 40 mil, I need to buy one on the noob account and I don't want to because it's too expensive. I'm really cheap when it comes to the noob account. The main account's fine because the main account just make money. The noob account, very protected over, don't want to pay that price. Subjugation, again, linked to the necromancy stuff. Prayer renewals, probably linked to overloads. Hellfire metal will always be going up and down with Blood of Orcus because it's linked to the binding contracts. And again, a lot of forms of things linked to overloads or linked to a herb which is linked to overloads. Because the herb's gone up, so many other things will follow. Puzzle skipping tickets, again, it's basically what makes booze profitable sometimes. We always like to see those nice and high. Super prayer renewals at 40k each, that's a big jump, and that is definitely something like, if you're making these, you could make a fair bit of profit. They're definitely on the climb, and they're definitely quite heavily traded as well. I didn't realise like that many would go. But here, and this is the weird thing as well, is like, we've gone from 10,000 sold on June 10th to just under 70,000 traded tomorrow. They do have its peaks and ups, which means you do have a chance as well for a decent flip if you wanted to. And again, pretty much just some more herbs and stuff. So the increases are still very much linked to necromancy and stuff coming out of Treasure Hunter. Nothing really sort of stands out as like majorly out there or majorly different. I think for a while until like, especially like Treasure Hunter items just like flatline and die down. The archaeology items, the necromancy items will keep on going up for a little while as well. Maybe for another week, and then maybe we'll start to see the other items start to play back in then. Right, time to go through the things which are price falls. Golden Cape, apparently this is 34 mil, and that'll keep going down for a while. Again, we've got forms of like rubbish beach rewards or other stuff, which it's just not needed. Tool siphons, the magic seed, the Yatrax finish, so things like shoulder capes will be around. They'll be around for a little while. Now here's the first big one, and this is something I'm actually buying on the main accounts actually, is the Anima of Full. Reason because is the Fletching XP when making those from Dino Arrows into the God Dino Arrows. It's actually really good and it's really AFK. It's actually better than Broads in my opinion because you can do so many actions. And you know me, love the AFK life, especially for the main account. So I bought these in the hope of doing them on the main. I'm trying to buy a mill and then I can test how well they go. But them decreasing just helps me out. I'm buying them roughly quite a lot under mid in a minute, so that helps me out. This is the first big thing compared to last week. Last week, Frost Dragon Bones were going absolutely ballistic. They were peaking on the 5th of June at 35k. They are now on the downward trend, and this will basically be because of hype. Necromancy like really inflated the price. People were hyped for it. People wanted to sort of get prepared for it. Frost Dragons now aren't far off when like the Necromancy video was released. And this is why you should never buy like off the back of. Whenever like a new skill or a big update comes, I'll make a punt at stuff, but I'll never buy after it. because things will just spike, and they'll, depending on the time frame it's going to come out, it'll just decrease as a result. But yeah, if you are looking to use Frost Dragon Bones, now is your time to stock up. If you wanted to buy it at 27.8k, do I think they'll go lower? No. I think they'll bottom out at 25k like they have done for the past 6 months. Because it's such a high price, I think they tie up a lot of value and wealth in people's banks, and I think they'll just buy it when it gets released, or a little bit closer to the time anyway. We've still got plenty of time, and people can do better things with that cash. Again, a lot of things related to like Treasure Hunter, the Yak Track, the cloaks are there. The cloaks will sell nowhere near that price. You're probably looking like, you'll be lucky to get like 10-15% of the value, just because people have spammed the Yak Track and all that sort of stuff. The Fletching Cleaner, even though it's out of the game, it's very cheap because the price of the springs just make it so like not worthwhile. Red Topaz at 1k. Silver Jewelry is always worth looking into and definitely worth picking up if you've got some money free. Gremwall Spikes, Ranging Potions, keep an eye on these, because if these go cheap enough, these are something I'd stock up on. There was a time where it was sub 1k, and especially towards like a bonus XP weekend or something, they will spike, so you will make money from them. And because they use an extreme range, they're always like a need for them. The Assassin's Walk Override, because they've re-released it, it's gone down. It held its price for a lot longer than I thought it would. It is actually one of the best overrides in the game, so it did do well to hold off, but because of the amount which come into the game, it was always meant to crash. Green Dragon Hide gone down, still profitable crafting. Obviously you've got to tan the leather and then go from there, but I just can't believe an item like Green Dragon Hide is so low. These will be going down just because people are killing the dragons for the Dragon Bones. So Dragon Bones are now like sub 4k. I think I bought one for about 3.8 earlier on. The baby Dragon Bones are actually double the price, which is mad considering how like less effort they are to kill. And then go for the other items, Warp Subjugation, Zamorak Spear. These two are just simply proof to the sheer amount of people killing Zamorak. That's the only reason. Just flooding the market, and there's more coming in than what they're needed. Wet Poison in a 4 doses going down as well. It did have a nice little spike. Really, I should have made my weapon poisons about there, but I'm going to make my weapon poisons about here. Luckily, I'm in quite cheap, so I've got plenty of margin to play with, so yeah. Addy bars have crashed, so if you're looking for Necromancy, they're worth picking up. Do I think it's worth buying them? No. They've still got a long way to go down compared to where they used to be. It's a bit weird though, a bit weird seeing an Addy bar like 5k each. It's just not right. Yeah, in terms of price falling, it's just more treasure hunt stuff than anything. Nothing too like massive there. Obviously the bones, dinosaur bones, frost dragon bones, they were going to be expected. Did they go a bit sooner than what I thought they'd be? Yeah. There's a few archaeology stuff in there as well, like a few like items linked to the Bandos set, but these just like swap every week. Like next week it'll probably be Zami or Sara crashing and Bandos on the rise. It just changes by the week. And then finally, because I don't want to make this video go too long, we'll have a quick look at the most valuable trades. So obviously things which are now over max cash, so Hazelmere's, Ring, Bolas Guardian, Fractured Staff, all the fats are now going to start going up, but it's good because they've not automatically changed the price. You're going to see like where the medium lies, and then after that we can start making amendments. But yeah, this is something we'll be doing and just keep an eye on for like the considerable future, just see like what stuff's going to settle at, what price it's going to be, just so we can see stuff like that. We're not too interested in all of this, but there's going to be some big shifts, especially at the top end while stuff settles. But that's Marketplace for this week. Hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Market Watch episode 2. If you have enjoyed, please leave me a like. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing episode 3 next week. Like I say, if you guys enjoy it and you guys in the comments happy with how this is doing, find it like informative and stuff, I'll make sure to be doing these every Friday. And hopefully it can help you guys know what to target, what to look for on the weekend, just to make a little bit more profit, whether it's flipping, whether it's getting the item yourself on a weekend for your account. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.